Hello, everybody, and welcome to the inaugural Big Blocks series here for the Elite Racing League. Something new for you here tonight, here at Eldora Speedway. I'm your host, Michael Goodman, and alongside me, as always, is David Westergreen. David, something a little different here tonight. We're hitting dirt.
Yeah, we did the dirt big blocks there before uh, during Speed Weeks, called that race, I believe, and it was a fun time. But this time we got a little four race, $100 payout, $20 to win. These are some cash grab races, going to be wild, little short track dirt racing, sliding it side by side. Should be fun.
Should be a good time indeed. And the official name for this series is the Elite Racing Brian's Lawn Care Big Blocks. And again, yeah, four race series for these big block modifieds, starting out at Eldora. Sorry about that. And I believe we have two heats going on tonight. I know the car count here is a little bit lower. We got roughly, I believe, 16 cars in entered in tonight's event. But still, when you get these any cars you get at Eldora, it's certainly going to be putting out a pretty good show.
Yes, for sure, and we do apologize for the slight timing and scoring error over there to the left. You'll just see the kind of blur. I hope the names should be good and the camera work should be on point. Everything should be up to date. Just have a small issue with our timing and scoring, but for the most part, everything should be normal. I believe we have two heat races here, Michael.
Yeah, two heat races, 8 laps apiece. It says the top 5 advance, but I'm assuming with the car count, all the cars will make it into the show. And yeah, with this dirt race, and I can't wait for them to go sideways. And one thing I always remember hearing, I believe Kyle Larson said it best, is that a lot of times, I guess the old adage is you got to turn right to turn left. And sometimes some of these guys might use a little bit too much wheel. It's all about that throttle control. That's what Kyle Larson will tell you. You got to steer just as much with the throttle and the brake, more and just as much as you do with the wheel. And it's going to be interesting to see. Maybe some experienced guys will see how they tackle it out here tonight. And as you see on the ticker there, starting off in heat
Ugh.
number 1, Jake Connor will be on the pole. And outside of him will be David Carpenter.
Yes, sorry about this.
Kyle.
I can't get to the camera settings here.
The
Just a
cameras are
just
little
a
camera issues going on.
tough night here on the production side of things, and it's stuck on scenic. I can't get the thing to swap over. Won't let me access it. Not sure why.
You can see beautiful Eldora there in Rossburg, Ohio. That's a pretty neat little infield center there that Tony Stewart built there at Eldora. But hopefully, once we get to go green, we can
Yeah, my
see what the cars are doing.
my ATVO just will not work on this, so I'm not entirely sure what it's doing. It's just frozen. Won't move. Won't do anything. There it goes.
Are
Maybe.
going green.
Come
See,
on.
oh, it looks like a couple cars in the wall there. We've seen.
Gosh.
And I do apologize for the technical difficulties here, as Jay Knorr does pull out to an early lead, and side by side is David Carpenter and Kyle Odaniak, and he's going to fall back into the third spot. And side by side now for the lead is going to be between Justin Fuller and Jay Knorr as they battle side by side coming out of turn number 4. And at the stripe, it was about a dead heat. I think Knorr still had the battle, but right now, Fuller is going to take advantage. He's trying to get the camera. Sorry about
It's
this.
it's just not going. And
it's
good thing it's the heat races.
Yeah, hopefully we can get this before the feature. We'll try to get the action called as best as I can. Right now, Fuller in the lead, Knorr in second, Odaniak in third, Chad Frankenfield in fourth. And Sean Leisure is currently rounding out the top 5.
Got to pull a radio here and roll it. There's
Call it out.
the timing and scoring screen has just gone completely completely haywire on me here.
And right now it does look like these cars are trying to just be single file, all running that top groove, just trying to get used to it. And after practice, right now, that's probably the best line to run. But here comes Jake Canor trying to dig deep in the middle of the track. That's where it's going to be slickest of all. And he's going to fall back into the third spot, giving the second spot to O'Danick.
Yeah, best I can do is provide pictures at this point.
We'll hopefully get it ready for next race, or maybe have to take a little technical difficulty issue TV break to get this figured out.
Yeah, but for now, 4 cars here: Jake Canor, Chad Frankenfield in the 15, and Sean Leisure in the 67.
Oh, there we go. And so yeah, we'll try to. So the timing and scoring, I believe, when it's on, is that when it screws up your camera here?
Yeah, yeah. So it's perfectly fine unless ATVO is running. ATVO is the problem right now.
All right, so just giving you a rundown of the order of the last heat race. And heat number 1, again, the winner is Justin Fuller. Second is O'Danick. Third is Canor. Fourth, Frankenfield. Fifth, Leisure. Canfield was 6th. Keeler 7th, and Carpenter 8th. So as we line up right now for heat number 2, we'll try to hopefully get the bugs worked out. Starting on the pole is Colin Fern in the number 1 spot. Alongside him is Devin Rogers in the 25. In third spot is the 03 of Dylan Thomas. Fourth is another Dylan Petty. And in the fifth position is Daniel Loke. In sixth spot is Zach T. Evans. Seventh is Kyle Walgren. And rounding out the field, a late entry into the show, is the number 16 car of Hunter Smith. So as they're rigging up here, hopefully we can get some of these technical difficulties worked out for you here.
I went ahead and pulled up the old, our old little ticker, and hopefully that works out.
Well, at least it'll get us through here tonight.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Looks like we're all right there. So
hopefully
I can access the cameras. So for now, I think we'll be okay.
You can access the cameras. We're good.
We're good. Let's get into it. Somebody. If it pulls up Colin Fern, the pole sitter, which it's not doing, so there we go.
Again,
got him.
Got him. Nailed it. Whew, we're back, baby, as they're getting ready to go green. Just a reminder, this is the Brian's Lawn Care Big Block Series for the Elite Racing League. And they're going to get ready to go green. And right now, on the loud pedals, Colin Fern, as he's going to lead him down into turn number 1. And it's going to be a side-by-side, almost 3-wide battle for the second spot coming out of 2. Whew. Man.
There we go. This is the kind of racing we missed a little bit of on the last heat there.
Yeah, I will say they were not 3-wide this long in heat number 1. They're putting on a show for us right now. And that's going to be the 03 car of Dylan Thomas riding on that outside, getting that good run on the outside. Coming on the outside of the corners. He's trying to put heat on Colin Fern, but nowhere to go, as he's going to try to go low in turn number 1, and I don't think he's going to make it stick here, David.
Yeah, the outside lane looks to be a lot faster than that inside. You have to really drive it in hard, like Dylan Thomas is right here. Slides up in front of Fern. Can he make it stick? Ooh, contact.
Oh, contact, and around, I think Dylan,
nope.
No, he saves it. Dylan Petty, gets some more contact, able to hang on to it. And man, oh man.
One in the wall as well. Devin Rogers got on the wall there on the back straightaway. Things just keep happening.
Man, and everyone's able to keep on ticking. Good to see there. And now, they're fighting for that one spot. You want to run on that high groove. You're going to get the most bite coming out of the corner. And you almost want that rear end of that car to scrape that wall. If you've ever been to Eldora in real life, David, that's a lot of times what you see. You'll see sparks flying on that wall as you see Dylan Petty try to slide job Colin Fern, but Colin Fern's looking back on the inside.
Good battle here, and Fern almost alongside Dylan Thomas for the lead there. Slide job again, and Fern into the wall, but, oh, man, up on the wall that time. That'll hurt him.
Yep, little wall ride. He's hanging on to third for the moment. He's not giving up, man. He's wall riding. He's still keeping on the throttle, trying to hang on the best he can as we come down to the white flag in heat number 2. And Dylan Thomas, currently your leader, pulled out by about 0.6 of a second over Dylan Petty as he'll come around turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Dylan Thomas is going to take heat number 2 in the myraceparts.com Eldora Challenge. Whew.
Yep. Great start. Great start there.
Yeah, that was a good little heat there. That was fun to watch, man.
Glad we got to watch that one. We'll get to watch the whole feature though. That's the good news.
Ooh. And see, now you got a very scenic of the fireworks. Eldora known for having spectacular fireworks. So that was pretty cool there.
Cars grading up on pit road.
Yeah, cars are grading up, and it looks like the field. I'm not
inverted.
sure how they said it. They inverted the field here. Zach T. Evans on the pole, Chad Frankenfield on the outside. You see the rest of the top 10 of the running order there.
We know that Dylan Thomas and Justin Fuller, the two winners of the dual races, those guys are the ones I think to watch for sure.
Yeah, they'll be starting, as you see, they're in 7th, and in 8th. Again, Walgren, Carpenter, all kind of rounding out your 16-car field. And just before we get going here, just to let you know, tonight's race sponsor is myraceparts.com, and they're here to help the racing community come together in one place to buy and sell everything related to racing. So check them out at myraceparts.com. So now, David, you've seen some of the guys that might not have been the best in the heats. You see stuff jumbled up a little bit, maybe not the most experienced dirt sim racers out there. Things could get a little hairy on this start. I'm expecting some more 3, maybe even 4 wide action as we get this feature going.
I'm expecting chaos. I think that's the best thing for it here. You know, we got Chad Frankenfield, last year's Cup Series champion, up here alongside Zach T. Evans, Colin Fern as well, a bunch of kind of NASCAR, or rather our Elite Series, Joint APS Cup Series regulars. In amidst our Tuesday common guys like Jay Knorr. This is going to be a wild one.
Zach T. Evans is going to lead him down to the green flag. He's going to go right to the very
And we already got one around. Big crash.
Oh, and flipping. I think that's a 5-car Petty. I don't know what car is upside down there. That's the 51.
Is it 51? Oh, my goodness. Justin Fuller, the winner of Duel 1.
Oh, man. And it looks like his night already done as he's on pit road. Had to take a tow. Up and over and on his roof. We'll have to see what happened exactly as they went into turn 1 on the start, and mayhem ensued. Let's see what happened.
It's like Petty got sideways, and then, yeah, Fuller got right into Petty and contact with Rogers, I believe, Devin Rogers. Not sure how much damage these cars take.
Yeah, I mean, Fuller might be all right after he resets and gets that tow. I mean, he still might be able to get back out there, but it might be a little too late at that point for him, losing that time on pit road. And trying to think, do the laps count here? I don't believe they do.
Doesn't appear that they do. We're still on lap 1 as we go on board with Justin Fuller going upside down.
That's a fun ride there, and with those open-wheeled front tires on these big block modified, sometimes it's not impossible for these cars to go on their lid, and hopefully for Fuller he can get back out there so he can get back into the action. So right now your leader is still Zach T. Evans as they'll try to double him back up. We're going to get ready to go back to racing here. Hopefully they can get through turn 1 and 2 here and get a little bit more racing as they're off. And Zach T. Thomas with a great restart this time. He's going to go once again hug that bottom. They see Frankenfield try to stick it on the outside. Fern, he's looking to get back up front again as they're 4 wide on the backstretch. And Fern, he's going to try to he's just wall riding right now, scraping up against that wall, trying to get on the outside. They're
contact.
Oh. Yep, not enough room there, David. That was tight.
Dylan Thomas making his way through the field. Also in there, Kyle O'Danick in the 21 car. But for now, it's Colin Fern and Dylan Thomas making their way through, as well as Sean Leisure in the 67.
Yeah, they are trying to settle it out. And on that high side is that 67 of Leisure. and he's trying to get that run over Dylan Thomas, but Dylan Thomas, he's shown that muscle in heat number 2. He's trying to get up to the front. Colin Fern, he's on the inside of Zach T. Evans. He's trying to battle out for the lead. Is he going to have enough room? No. He's going to have to wait.
You can
get
just
a better run.
You can just see how sideways and how much more, these guys are pushing it in this race as opposed to the heat. Very, very, stable. They're working real hard. These attempted passes are very bold. Fern really giving it everything he's got there. Bounces off of Evans. Might work out for him, though. He's going to slide up the track. And around goes Colin Fern.
He tried to make the slide job. Zach T. Evans was having none of it. And I think around, that's what kind of caused that incident there between Zach T. Evans and Colin Fern. And that's kind of sometimes the risk you take. Zach T. Evans didn't have to let up. We'll see for sure what happened on the iRace.online replay.
Yep. Fern just slides up, and man, I think he was even maybe on the brakes a little bit there. It's like Evans didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, Evans and Fern trying to, I think realized last second that wasn't going to stick and tried to hang on, and unfortunate for him, unable to do so. And as we've seen, as you were talking about, we've seen so far in this race, David, they were kind of, after things kind of got filed out, they'd all just hug that top side where it's usually the preferred line. But you see some of these guys here are trying to figure out where they can get, more traction and maybe just try to take that run for the lead and maybe just enough to get that slide job coming out of the corners.
Right. It's going to be difficult to pass here. The outside's just such a strong lane. The inside must really only be used for passing like that. You saw Dylan Thomas down low, really unable to get anywhere. You have to wonder whether or not he can maybe make that outside lane work, or that inside lane work to his advantage. Definitely in a good spot here, up into second. I also wonder how much damage this 15 car has. It looked like he knocked the nose off of it there. You can kind of see how the nose is a little bit different, a little crinkled, a little open space, as opposed to some of those other guys. So look out for Chad Frankenfield to maybe be working hard against his car here the rest of the way.
Yeah, it might be a little bit harder to drive, but the pace truck will dive off, and Zach T. Evans will once again lead him to green. Now he'll start on that outside, get another good restart, as he's going to be wall riding around. But here's Dylan Thomas is trying to get that bite down low, and he's going to lose a spot to Dylan Petty going into turn number 3. But he's trying to hang in there the best he can, trying to get that bite coming out of the bottom corner, but just nothing doing as of right now.
The Dylan and Dylan show here, trying to go around Zach Evans, who's really just got that outside lane. He wound up, able to keep it clean, keep it in clean air. If Thomas can slide up, but no, he can't. The momentum lost on the inside.
Yeah, like where Thomas is running, it's fast and it's slick, and it's just hard to get that bite out of the corner. He might have to attempt to get a little bit lower to drive in deeper to get that slide job done. And as of right now, just not quite low enough to get there. And you see Dylan Petty trying to pick that put his nose underneath Zach T. Evans of the 6 machine, and just
ooh, contact.
Oh, and Petty able to hang on there. And now we kind of see Petty doing exactly what Dylan Thomas was doing a couple laps earlier.
Just keeping our eye out here on this lead battle. It's a really good one. Caution is out back of the field. But Zach Evans really doing a nice job holding the lead.
Yeah, started up front, taking the track position to his advantage. And I don't know if that was Mark Keeler that was involved in that incident there in the 08. So yeah, just wild rides, just trying to get used to running. Some of these guys are getting used to running dirt. Some of these guys can do pretty good, but again, not exactly in their wheelhouse. And heck, I mean, a lot of times you go to a dirt track and see the same thing that we're seeing here tonight. But I don't know, David, if the sim has picked this up, and I was kind of wondering this on the last restart. I've seen John Hunter Nemechek do this when they used to have the Mud Summer Classic, or whatever they eventually changed the name to for the Camping World Truck Series race at Eldora. He would go on the straightaways on the very bottom into the marbles, kind of, and spin his tires to get a little dirt packed in to get a little bit of bite on the restarts. I don't know if the sim picks up on that. We'll see what happens here.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153
Ooh, is that
Colin Fern into the wall, and then a big
Fern?
ride there
Oh,
throughout. I think that was Mark Keeler in the '08 car.
oh,
Yes, indeed.
yep.
So let
Went
me
for a
get
ride.
one more replay here before the restart. Try to grab that for you guys. Yep,
Do this in the
Fern.
view.
Oh, just
Oh,
catches him in the right rear.
just right at the wrong point and a hard hit. I believe was that Devin Rogers in the 25 maybe.
Yes, I
That got
believe
into
you
him.
are right. Yep, Devin Rogers involved as well. So
And yeah, that looks like heavy suspension damage for Keeler as well. But I don't know if he'll be back in action. But we'll be going back to green here in the MyRaceParts.com challenge here at Eldora, and running it again on that high side. Zach T. Evans, looking good, looking fast, running that high, wide, and handsome. Oh,
off the wall
Petty.
goes Petty. And Dylan Petty and Thomas have both been challenging Evans, and Evans bounces it off the wall himself there. But that's just not going to be any sort of stranger to these guys. Everybody's going to bounce it off the wall a time or two. You just have to accept that and keep focused.
Yeah, again, you'll see that in real life. Sparks flying off the wall, trying to get as close to the wall.
We got a pass for the lead.
Petty. Oh, he did the slide job, made it work, and he's going to take the lead. Dylan Petty, how about that? The 5-car first time we've seen a lead change so far in this race, and it comes on lap 14.
Dylan Petty made the slide job work there. Finally got it deep enough with a little bit of a bobble from the Zach Evans machine, and that was all it took. And now it's the Dylan and Dylan show out front.
Fortunate for Zach T. Evans, lost that position, and he has now fallen back into the 3rd position, getting heat from O'Danick for that 3rd position, as Dylan Thomas is trying to close up on the other Dylan Petty, and another caution out on the speedway.
Oh yeah.
And
Trying to see who's losing spots there.
I think maybe we could see. Don't know if that was my timing and scoring is kind of jumbled up here. Is that Walgren that maybe got involved?
Let's take a look here. Looks like he's way off the back. And yeah, I think he actually might have been man. Let's take a look through. Might have been Colin Fern again, actually.
Oh boy.
Ooh, nope. It started with Colin Fern, but it wasn't Colin Fern. It was the 55 of Daniel Loke.
Get the replay pulled up here.
There it is. Loke into Fern a little bit, bounces it off the wall, overcorrects, and then into him goes David Carpenter. Chad Frankenfield involved as well. Around the 16 of Hunter Smith. And then Walgren slowed to avoid it all.
Yeah, and it looks like most of the cars are going to be halfway okay. Except maybe the 55 of Daniel Loke might have a little bit of damage. We'll see if he can continue. And now I want to see here too on this restart. Can Dylan Thomas on that inside line, can he make it stick on the bottom and maybe force a slide job on Dylan Petty to take that lead? We are in lap 15 of 35. It's only 20 laps to go. We'll see what happens here in the MyRaceParts.com Eldora Challenge, presented by the Elite Racing Leagues. And ooh, Petty, nice start coming out of turn 4. He's going to take a big lead going into turn 1 as a single file up between the top 3. And now that O'Danick is going to take over that 3rd position.
Yep.
And right behind Dylan Petty though is Dylan Thomas, the Dylan and Dylan show once again, and they are bumper to bumper pretty much here as they're battling for that top spot.
Yep, this is going absolutely perfectly here in terms of a good battle for the win. Dylan Thomas, Dylan Petty trying to sort it out. Kyle O'Danick, new name. Kyle O'Danick trying to sneak up behind him and get himself involved in this battle for the lead.
Yeah, and if you're the two Dylans up front here, I think Thomas right now, it's a little early to try to make that move, and you don't want O'Danick to come up and take advantage of when you're battling. The two Dylans are battling, so they're just trying to stay single file. Thomas is going to try to stay in striking distance here and maybe do a one last second ditch a slide job on Petty as they come into a few laps to go, maybe.
Well,
as,
you say that. I'm wondering about potentially another caution coming out. Don't you want to get the lead and have control on those restarts?
I think ideally you would, and and especially we've seen even when Zach T. Evans, he's fallen now back to the 7th spot, to have that number 1 position on these restarts. You've seen how well he was able to hang on to the lead for most of for the laps we've ran so far. Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty big deal if he could get around him, but you still kind of got to calculate out just right to make sure you can make it stick. And you don't want Odanik to strike again. And as we talk about that, caution is out.
Yep, just like that. I think it's back here in this group. The Colin Fern machine once again seems to have been involved in everything tonight.
Yeah, best night here tonight. I know in practice, I believe this is one of the first times he's been on dirt. So. He's been pretty. Oh, that was actually Hunter Smith hitting the wall.
Ooh, and took Daryl Canfield with him.
Oh man, Canfield in that beautiful Speed 51 car, not looking as pretty right now. Heavy damage inside of his modified.
How about we go on board with Daryl Canfield here? I think that may be the play. Watch him kind of try to avoid a wreck happening above, and then see it kind of unravel in front of you here. Also seeing all the dirt that's on these guys' windshields.
Yeah, this is you almost got to tear off the visor there. I don't know, maybe he doesn't have a. Oh, there he goes. Oh,
just nowhere to go.
Just get clipped there. You couldn't even see him. You probably didn't even see it hardly coming with that view that you kind of get out of the front windshield on these big block modifieds. So another caution out on lap 22 of 35. And again, the 2 Dylans up front. Dylan Petty in the lead, and Dylan Thomas currently running in seconds. They're going to double up to get ready for the restart here.
I want to thank Brian's Lawn Care once again for sponsoring the series. Like we said, it's kind of a cash grab series, $20 to the winner every week.
And, even a cash grab, and even some of the guys who might not have made it tonight, you might see their names next week into the show. These are fun races to do. And we'll see who's going to have the most fun here tonight as Dylan Petty takes the restart, and he's going to get back in the outside and get to the lead. And now I think Dylan Thomas might have a little pressure from Sean Leisure. He's got that groove hooked up on the outside. And so far, looks like Dylan Thomas is going to hold steady in that 2nd spot.
Yeah, this is why I thought maybe Dylan Thomas should have attempted a pass there. Now he's under fire from Sean Leisure and not anywhere near as close as he was to Dylan Petty before the caution. So much more difficult task for Dylan Thomas to run down Petty. For now, he's eating into the lead a little bit here, though.
Yeah, he's catching back up, and I think now, David, that we're getting to almost 10 laps to go here next time by. Now might be the time to strike in case there is that late caution, because as we see, we already ran a few laps under green, and right about now is maybe the first time he can make a move, and. Oh, that caution came out.
Caution came out. I was going to try to get a shot of Dylan Thomas making that move on the onboard. Thought that might be a fun thing to ride along with, but for now, back under caution here.
Like he was just about plotting to try to make that move and seeing where he could make that stick. And I'm still going to suggest someone try it. Just go right on the bottom, right, and close that inside wall. Get your tires, rev it up a little bit, try to get a little dirt on that tire, and see if the sim picked that up. I think it'd be interesting to try out. We'll see what happened to bring out the caution here once again.
Trying to see. I
race that online replay.
I don't know that. None of the drivers I'm seeing had anything to do with it. So.
Was it Frankenfield maybe, or?
No, I don't. It wasn't him. He was running along nicely. Oh, it might have been him actually. Now he's off track. So let me go back and see one more time here.
I think it was between Canfield and Western. That's you.
That's me. Right here. Canfield and Chad gonna come together right there. Canor involved as well.
Yeah, it looked like Chad kind of went bonsai into the corner there and just couldn't make it stick. As we'll go back to green here once again, and Dylan Petty looks like he's going to get that good restart once again. Dylan Thomas is going to tuck right up. That was close to cutting off the front nose of Odanik.
Had to really force it up there to Dylan Thomas. He needs every ounce of ground he can get to keep it close to Dylan Petty for that slide job move that he's going to have to pull off.
Yeah, and again, now we're getting down to time where if once he gets to his bumper, or once he gets to Petty's bumper, he's going to have to make a move. He cannot wait. You know, these restarts, if there's another one, it's just time.
There it is.
Time he's going to lose. Oh!
Caution's out again. And you know, I'd switched to it. I saw it coming.
Oh!
Big crash there. David Carpenter upside down. O'Danick was all out of control there going down the back straightaway and ended up losing it into turn 3 with leisure.
Yeah, I think O'Danick and Leisure were trying to battle and just getting together, and around goes that 21 car, and then kind of mayhem ensued behind him.
Let's try to watch it a little bit closer up here. See the dirt flying there, and he was into the wall. That's why I tried to switch to him. And once I did, he bounced off it again, and then came down in front of Leisure. And you'll see the wreck spread up to the top of the screen there as Carpenter flips over, Canfield involved, Fern involved again.
Yeah, I was saying, like, Fern was involved in a lot of the early cautions, and now Canfield just kind of being a victim of circumstances as well, getting involved heavy there. And unfortunately for Carpenter, you know, flipping over on his roof. I believe now out of the 16 cars that started, only right now 11 currently on track.
And almost all of them have damage. I think the only ones who don't are our top two, Dylan Petty and Dylan Thomas, for sure. Those two are pretty clean cut, looking good so far, especially for a dirt race. And while we're here, we'll shout out old Devin Rogers running third. He's been involved in a wreck or two, but has managed to sneak his way back up, as has Hunter Smith into fourth.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Hunter Smith. Literally joined right before we ended practice here tonight, right around 7:30. You know, as far as late entries go, that's about as late as you can get. And he currently running up in the top 5. Good for him in his first elite race. And now we're going single file inside 10 to go, and kind of messed us up there as Petty gets a good run. They all can file up there to the top side. And Dylan Thomas, though, he's got to try to catch him. Again, 28 at 35 laps, getting down, winding this race down. Can Thomas catch back up to Petty? Can he make that move? We're about to find out.
The cautions have been poorly timed for Dylan Thomas. Every time he's been ready to make a run, with that exception of that maybe 10-lap run we had in the middle of the race, you know, he was never in position to get it done, and was kind of sizing up Dylan Petty until the caution came out. And now he's going to have to make a move very quickly here, and probably not one he's able to set up perfectly well.
You see, even Petty sometimes hitting that wall and straighten his car out a little bit. If he does it a little too much, that might give Thomas the opportunity. And oh, he's right there on the rear bumper. We might see this slide job coming up in a second.
Thomas is there. 5 laps to go, coming around to 4 now. And Petty into the wall a little bit. That might give Thomas the run here going into turn 1.
He's going to see if he can try the dive bomb. Not yet. He's still setting him up. But the clock is ticking. He's got to make his move soon. Looks like
here he goes.
Yeah, but he's going to see if he can make it stick. Here, slide job.
Oh, what a move by Dylan Thomas. Crossover now by Petty. Down on the bottom. They're side by side.
And I think Thomas is, Petty with a nice slide job. But here we're going to get another crossover move for that lead. As Thomas gets back. Oh, Petty into the wall. Oh, the left car get out of the way, hopefully. As Thomas looks like he might have made the slide job work. And the lap car might have just had Petty screwed up a little bit.
He's still going for it. Petty trying everything.
He's doing about as good as you can do on that bottom side. He's almost going to have to do what Thomas did, but right now he took the lead, and he looks like he's going to run away with it on the white flag lap here. Dylan Thomas making that slide job work. We've seen him crossing back over the Dylan and Dylan show, but going into turn 3 and coming out of 4, it's going to be Dylan Thomas taking, he's going to make one last effort, not going to make it stick. Dylan Thomas wins the MyRaceParts.com Eldora Challenge.
Yeah, presented by Brian's Lawn Care. That was a good one.
That was a good one, and those are well-deserved fireworks here on the backstretch for Dylan Thomas, as both those Dylan boys can, pat themselves on the back for putting on a great battle for that lead. And again, in their third spot, Sean Leisure will round out the top 3. Zach T. Evans made it back up into the 4th position. And Hunter Smith is rounding out the top 5. You see the rest of the top 10 there in your running order. So all in all, in the first league race here for the
going for trying to get into victory lane.
They close the gates on him.
Oh
Maybe
man.
the other side might be open, as he's going to try to get into the Eldora victory lane, and we'll see if we can get some of the drivers here into
there it
the
is.
chat. And
Dylan Thomas into victory lane. What a fantastic battle, though, side by side. And in fact, let me jump over and try to take a quick replay of that last lap pass I think it was 2 laps to go by Dylan Thomas on Dylan Petty. Maybe get us a very speedy replay there. I don't know that any of them are going to be coming into Discord with us to talk to us after the race, but here's the next best thing. We'll watch this pass one more time, this battle, a couple of laps.
Again, Thomas going to that inside. I mean, what an amazing job here to make that stick well enough and throw Petty off and unable to keep that top line going. But Petty, he tried, looked like he had him there.
Crossover back to the bottom.
And what a beautiful moves by both these drivers trying to battle it out for the lead. But Dylan Thomas right there, I think that was the winning move that kind of kept him up front, able to get that good bite coming out of the corner. I don't think Petty could make this move stick right there, unfortunately for him. It looks like we do have those top 3, so we'll start with our third place finisher is going to be Sean Leisure. We'll bring him into the broadcast room, and Sean, congratulations on a top 3 tonight. How was your night? Was it pretty eventful?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Looked like most of you guys had quite a heck of a time here.
Went to the back twice, but found my way still up here making the right moves. So I'd say a P3 after all that happened tonight is a pretty good finish.
Yeah, Sean, do you think you're going to be able to kind of compete for some wins here moving forward?
I mean, it's a possibility. I thought tonight was a really good chance of me, but I messed up qualifying. Started last pretty much. Made a couple moves during the heat race. Didn't find much speed in the heat race. Once the feature came along, I did real good once it slicked up, but Wheat Sport, that's a pretty good track that I'm good at. And I haven't really raced the other two, so we'll see.
So was it pretty hard to pass out there tonight? Looked like for the most part, unless you performed a pretty spectacular slide job, was it pretty much just run the top and kind of hold for the best, or was it how was it passing out there tonight?
It really depends on the context. I'd say on the restarts, you could definitely hold the bottom and maybe get a spot or two. But yeah, most of the time you have to do a slide job, and I definitely pulled a couple of those tonight. Some of them that were really, really spectacular, if I'd say so to myself.
All right, Sean, do you got any shout-outs for us?
I want to thanks to Magic Car Motorsports, TBD Tuned, and L&D Transportation for coming on board in real life as well as in the sim.
All right, well, again, congratulations on that third place run, and hopefully you get that win at Wheat Sport.
Thanks. You have a good night.
Yep, you too. And then we'll now bring in our second place finisher, Dylan Petty, putting on that great show, finishing in the second spot. Dylan, looked like you might have had him there for a while as the Dylan and Dylan show, but unfortunately for you, you were not the Dylan coming out on top. Was there anything else that you could have done to maybe end up in victory lane?
No, sir. I got it. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I go back and forth between different tabs. It kills my Discord. No, I don't know if there was much more I could do. If I'm going to lose to a Dylan, I'd rather it be Dylan Thomas. He is my teammate. So I'd rather lose to him. If I'm going to lose to somebody, it's nice to lose to him. He's grateful for his wins. But, yeah, I had it there at the beginning pretty well, and I felt like I did. And I felt like I had a chance with 5 to go, and I see him stick his nose to the bottom for the slider, and I knew I just had to kind of maintain with him, and we kind of got there to that lap car that had spun out, and I second-guessed myself and tried to run for the bottom, and the lap car kind of came back up off that inside wall a little further than I thought he might. So I lifted really hard, and I think that may have ruined any chance I had to get the run at him to throw a slider for the win. But like I said, it was a good race. Track was good, real racy. But like I said, if I'm going to lose to somebody, I'd rather be a teammate.
Yeah, for sure. And you kind of took my question there, but yeah, how did it feel leading all those laps? And are you going to be able to kind of take the positives out of this second place run and come back next week looking for a win?
Oh, definitely. There's a lot of positives when it comes to running second anywhere in any league against anybody. Really, it builds your confidence, makes you know you're fast, and I could have hit my marks a little bit better and done a little better at hitting my marks, and I would have been better off. But I'm human. I'm going to make some mistakes, and I made a little too many tonight.
So, Dylan, again, awesome run. I guess just tell us what you think you can do next week at Weed Sport, and any other shout-outs that you want to give out here tonight.
As far as weed sports go, it's not my favorite track by far on the schedule, definitely. But I've had some pretty decent runs there with the big blocks, so hopefully it'll pan out, and I'll do pretty good there. I like that track; it gets very technical. As far as shout outs go, I want to thank my wife for letting me do this. I'm running a little late to our family dinner, so she's probably not very happy with me, but she gave me the time to do it. All my guys over at Southern Sim Racing, Dylan Thomas, Corey Whitworth, Josh Blanchard, Brent Homan, all my teammates, they push me to be a little bit faster every week, and it shows definitely. And Mike at Mike M Designs for the awesome wraps that are on mine and Dylan Thomas's cars. He does phenomenal work. I would say anybody watching that needs a skin, hit him up and let him know, he can do just about any car that's on iRacing, and he does a really phenomenal job with it. Other than that, thank you guys for broadcasting it, and I want to thank Elite for putting on the league.
Yeah, again, good run, Dylan Petty. Thanks for putting on a great show here tonight for everyone tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
And get to that dinner.
Yeah, I better hurry.
Have a good night. Again, that was Dylan Petty, and finishing in the second spot, and now we'll bring in the winner, Dylan Thomas. Putting on a heck of a show. Those Dylan boys, they're teammates. They got the same first name. And here he is, our winner. You see his car up there in victory lane. Dylan Thomas, how does it feel to win the first ever Brian's Lawn Care Big Block Series race here at Eldora?
It feels pretty good.
That's good. That's good. Were you a little worried at one point that with some of the cautions that you weren't going to be able to make that pass over, Petty for that lead?
I noticed if we got about a 2-lap green flag run, I would settle into a rhythm a little bit quicker than he could, and I'd start reeling him in. I just was waiting on him to make a mistake, and it didn't look like he was going to, so I had to try for the slide job and pray the caution didn't fall at the wrong time.
Yeah, Dylan, we were kind of wondering why you waited so long to take the lead there. Looked like you were faster the whole run, but... Sorry, cut out there. Looked like you were faster the whole run, but kind of waited and were really, really patient to make your move. And, just wondering on your thought process behind that.
It was a teammate, and I knew if I wrecked both of us, I would never hear the end of it. So I figured it's better to ride and wait on a mistake or wait until I had the good opportunity to take the lead cleanly.
Cleanly that you did. Both you Dylans put on a heck of a show there for the battle for the win. Any shout-outs you want to give out here tonight, and tell us what you think your chances are next week at Weed Sport.
Weed Sport, I feel like I got a good shot. I love that racetrack. It seems to develop a lot of grooves. I just got to thank all the guys over at SSR, Dylan included, and Mike M Designs for giving me a good-looking ride here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car indeed. Again, go celebrate your victory, and congratulations on winning the inaugural Brian's Lawn Care Elite Big Block Series race here at Eldora.
10-4, thank y'all for broadcasting, and Chad for putting this deal together. I think it's going to be pretty fun.
Hey guys, if you guys keep racing like that, I think it'll be a great time. Thanks, Dylan.
No problem. Thank y'all.
Again, that was Dylan Thomas, our winner here for the MyRaceParts.com Eldora Challenge. And David, if we keep seeing battles like this for the lead, in the next couple weeks here, the final 3 races, I think we're going to be in for a treat for this series.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Michael. It's going to be a blast for sure. And when it's Tuesday nights with Goody and Westy, we expect good battles and fun times, and that's what we had tonight.
Yeah, it was fun indeed. A lot of craziness, a lot of mayhem, but at the end of the day, we saw an awesome battle, and hopefully we can see it again next week, right here, same time, right here on ERN for the Brian's Lawn Care Big Block Series, presented by the Elite Racing Leagues. And I think, with all being said and done here, I think we had a pretty good night, and hopefully we'll see you all back right here on ERN next week, and even tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the Cup Series race at Watkins Glen. And for David Westergreen, I'm Mike Goodman. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. See you next time.